this is Kelly, and welcome to Free Spirit. Today I wanted to do a video about entities, and I made a list here so I don't forget to not cover something, but I wanted to talk about the bad entities, the nasty ones, the negative ones. I believe that every entity has a bit of consciousness. I believe that they are very self-aware from one degree or another. And there are so many different kinds of entities out there. Like, for instance, we have angels, we have the demons, we have spirit guides, fairies. Yes, those exist too. We have the sexual spirits too that are also known as the succubus and the incubus, which are also bad. I wanted to talk a bit about how they get into our minds when they invade our bubble, our sacred space. It's kind of like having a stranger come up to you and you don't know this person, and like they get real close to you. You're not going to like that because you don't know that person. That person's a stranger. Well, that's basically what the nasty little entities are. You know, they're very bad. They can tell you to do things. Like, for instance, we have shootings or suicides. We even have people that are actually in the nut house because they have, like, a third eye would be opened. And they can be mentally ill or emotionally impaired or on drugs. You know, that was just a guess, but I'm sure drugs can do it to you too. I don't know, because I don't do that. And when a person is unstable, bad entities, they can sense it. They can pick it up. They know about it. And then that's when they get your ear, so to speak. And once they have it, they're going to continue to invade your awareness, your life, your thoughts. And sometimes people can't tell if it's their own thoughts or if it's actually a nasty entity. So like I said, I've made some notes so I don't forget, so I'm trying to make this video as quick as possible. Also, there may be like my guys that might, shoot in behind me or something, so you might be able to get to see them. One of the things that I really wanted to say was, if you have never had this paranormal phenomenon, and if you don't believe it, there are things that happen to people and they don't understand what's going on. And I think it's very important for people to understand what's going on or what can happen around them. You'll get the poltergeists that are able to throw things, and they're got a high energy for that. And it's our way of thinking. You know, if you get somebody who's always into drama, if you get somebody who's always thinking bad thoughts all the time, well, that's just opening a door for the nasty entities to come through. And then you fall prey. You fall under victim. And a lot of people don't know how to handle this. Okay? I already discussed a little bit about when your third eye chakra is open but not balanced, that people don't know that it's open. They don't understand why they see things or hear things, and then they begin to think that they're crazy. When actuality is, they're not crazy. It's just these things happen for a reason, and we have to learn from these reasons. We have to at least say, even if it's nasty, say, well, thank you, because now I just learned not to be this certain way or do certain things or our way of thinking. Let's see. I got a light on so that way it picks up the orbs better on my phone, so it's kind of like blinding me. A lot of things that can happen is when a nasty spirit enters your aura or invades your sacred space, they'll take on a form, either an animal or a person, even someone that you think you know. And I have a few people that I've read for that have abilities, and they'll say hi to whatever spirit that they see. And to me, that's not really good because you don't know that person. It's okay to say hi, but what if you're saying hi to the wrong entity? You're opening that door for communication, and then that entity is going to prey on you. You know, it's going to tell you to do things, rape, stealing, all these things. And it doesn't have to be the spirit talking to you. Now, sometimes when I hear spirits, I'll see them moving their mouths and actually talking, or they won't move their mouth at all because they're sending mental messages. And that's more of what I get actually is the mental messages, you know, where I just see them and then they'll tell me things, especially in readings, especially with my guys because we work a lot together in our readings. One incident that I had was when I was 18 years old, and I moved into this house, and I didn't feel anything. You know, sometimes it takes about 2 to 3 weeks for me to pick it up if there's something around. I remember going to the bathroom. This is kind of like personal, so I'm a little embarrassed. I was going to the bathroom, and this boy that also, you know, lived with us went outside. He said, "Kelly, I'm going to go outside. I'm going to feed the dogs." I'm like, okay. You know, I had to holler a bit because I was in the bathroom. The door is shut and locked, you know. And by the time he stepped outside and he shut the door, the time, it shifted real slow. It was different. And he walked off the porch, you know, because where the bathroom was, there was a window where I could see a little bit on the outside. And that door began just shaking violently. The handle was going at a real fast pace, like somebody's trying to get in. The door's just, I don't know, like something's pushing on it, trying to get in. And that little piece of the door that clicks into the side of the wall was going even faster than what the door handle was. And I was sitting there thinking, oh my God, I was terrified. You know, I was very scared. And something I'll never want to experience again because I couldn't go to the bathroom with the door shut for years after that. It terrified me. Now, I didn't know anything at the time on, you know, saying protective prayers, or I was still experiencing these paranormal phenomenons, and I didn't know exactly how to handle myself. But the thing was my third eye was open. I was seeing a person, you know, and I packed up my stuff and I got the heck out of there. After that, though, it didn't follow me. Some entities can follow people. It's called personal attachments. Or sometimes they're attached to objects in the house, or the house itself, or it's in the ground, or they could be just passing by. Now, not every spirit that mediums or psychics come across need help. You know, some people say, well, you need to cross them over. Not always. A lot of times we come into contact with spirits, either we know them or don't know them because they're trying to help us. Like a lot of people have their grandmas or their moms or their dads looking over them, guiding them, protecting them, yes. You know, I gotta look on my sheet so I don't forget. It's just when we're thinking and sending out negative thoughts, we're basically asking for negative to re-enter our lives. That's something that we don't want. We want the positive, pure loves, like the good entities, the angels, God's heavenly angels. Those ones are the best to work with if you are wanting to or do work with spirits. You know, I think the angels are the best way. I don't know a whole lot about them, but I'm starting to have contact with them, and they'll fill my whole body with pure love and light. There's this unconditional love that God has for us that we have no idea at all on how much we're loved and cared for. You know, so I'm still going over some of the things because I'm trying to make this video short, and I'm trying to yet cover some basics. Now, when you find that you have a negative entity, there are rules. Just as much as there's rules with us in our lives that we have to obey the law, well, they have to obey laws too in their world. And there's so many different dimensions that they don't have to physically be here in your house or in their spirit, because they can still attack us when they're in their own dimensions. You know, a lot of people like the holy water, you know, that's been blessed by a priest, and it works very well for people who are possessed. You know, that stuff actually can happen. I also want to talk about cleansing yourself and your home, smudging, if you have a negative spirit that's around. Protection prayers, especially to the angels and the Lord himself. Sea salt. I've already did protectional prayers. They're ritual, if you want to call it a ritual. Cutting the cord. When you have something talking to you, if you're one of the ones that can hear them, and you don't want that contact, visualize a long cord and tie it. Tie it right in the middle. That kind of ties it off from you. And then you want to visualize cutting it. You're letting it loose. And you want to verbally and mentally tell it, get out of here. You have no rights to be here. This is my sacred space that you're invading. You have no rights to be here. Move along. You need to ask it. If it doesn't go, then you need to take the next step and demand. That would be like me coming over to your house, uninvited. Are you going to let me sit on your furniture and eat your food and all this crap? No, you can say, bitch, get the fuck out of my house. That's our natural reaction. So that's the actual reaction that we need towards the spirit beings, the bad ones, you know. If your stomach is telling you something is not right, you gotta learn to listen. Because chances are there's somebody in heaven looking down saying, hey, you know, this isn't right, or this is okay. But if something isn't right, you're gonna do something about it, right? If not, if you want to be a victim, that's on you. I believe in working on myself. I believe in changing for the positive, for the better. Something that betters me in my life as well as my family. And I work on myself all the time. You know, if I make a big boo-boo, oh well, I'm going to try to fix it. I'm going to learn from it. Just like everybody else is going to learn from their own mistakes or their own, should I say, boo-boos. The negative thinking, the drama, issues that we had from our past, these entities, when they invade our aura, our sacred space, our energy field, they'll know. They'll read your mind. You know, it's like people say, hey, you know, I was talking to my mom. She's deceased. She's in heaven. But I wonder, can she hear me? Yeah. Just like every other entity, they can hear you. A lot of people have doubts. The one thing you don't want to do is have any doubts, especially when you're dealing with the loving angels, your parents, your grandma, whoever it is. Don't doubt. You have to believe. They can hear you. And they can be right by your side in a blink of an eye. Because they know what you're thinking. You're not meaning to send out some of the thoughts that you do, or basically I do. But it happens. They'll all pick it up. The last thing you want is a nasty one to pick it up. I don't want anybody to have any problems with the spirit world and stuff like that. I don't think anybody would wish it on their worst enemy. Then again, there are people who do. But when you wish something, you're either going to get it or not get it, or it comes back tenfold. And I do believe that. I'm more of the person who is more on the positive side. I'm more for helping people. I'm more for helping the spirits too, but it depends on how they interact with me. You know, like the other day I was coming back from the store and I found this really tall guy. He had a dark blue Carhartt with like a matching pants, and he had a black hat. Now lately we're getting real close into spring, and I've been seeing a lot of them walking around. Some of them can be lost souls. Some of them are probably too afraid or don't even know that they're dead. But in actual reality, when we die, when we leave our body, we're not dead. We're dead to the physical realm, but we're not dead when we cross over. Why do I say that? I say that because a lot of spirits told me they can touch grass in the afterlife, just like we can. They can feel their own skin. They may not have a vessel like we do, but to them they're not dead. They're just on, I would say, another path in life. I do want to say that your experience is based on your thoughts, rather negative or positive, and mostly your beliefs. A lot of people don't believe in the paranormal, and that's okay. You don't have to. But when it happens to you, you basically have no choice but to believe. But it is up to you if you want any spirit being around you, whether they're good or bad. It's your choice, it's your life, and you decide. You're in charge, not the spirits, whether they're good or bad. I do highly suggest that if you are wanting good spirits around you, just send out little prayers. Ask for protection always. And always believe, not only in yourself, but of the good entities. You know, I'm not saying that watching this video is going to give you a lot of knowledge. I hope that it gives you some knowledge. Because like I said, I'm trying to make it short, you know. But there are all kinds of entities, like I said. But some are very, very tiny, like a flea size that can shapeshift at will. Some are 7 feet tall. Some have huge wings, like the angels I've seen. I'm like, oh my gosh. You know, it's really hard for me to wrap my mind around a human body with these wings and just flying through the sky. It's like, wow. You know, I'm accepting it more. It's still a little odd for me because I'm not used to seeing something like that. Just the other day, actually, I saw a red-tailed hawk in the spirit. It wasn't alive, it wasn't really physically here, but it flew over me and went right into the woods. I was like, whoa, that's cool, because I never saw a spirit red-tailed hawk before. So I had to look it up, So I got some insights, and, it's one of God's birds, of course. He created everything, but this is a messenger from spirit or God himself. I know you're going to think I'm probably crazy, but I've seen a lot of things in the spirit. But that does not mean I know everything, because nobody knows. If you come across a medium or a psychic or both, and if they tell you that they're 100% right, they're 100% bullshit. Because nobody knows everything. Nobody's going to be 100% right. I do always say that I'm 98% accurate. Why? Because I've done a lot of readings, and everything has hit right on the head. And I don't know these people. They're either in Turkey or they're in California. They're all over the world. And these are the people that I enjoy helping. So anyways, I hope that this does help. But I also want to remind you that entities, not only are they self-aware, but they are very, very smart. They basically, good or evil, know what you want before you even know what you want, before it registers in our own minds. They can already tell what it is. To me, that's pretty powerful. Now, a lot of times I've been seeing color only, and I don't know if this could be an entity, or I know it's not just me, but I see a lot of like a light emerald greens and purple and red, or sometimes it looks like a rainbow. To me, what is my stomach, what is my intuition telling me? It's telling me that it's from the angels of love, the angels of God. They're telling me that I am protected, you know, that I am cared for. And if ever you're struggling, if you're having a hard day, if you want someone to talk to, I can help you. If you allow that. If you reach out to me, I'm going to reach out to you. That's what I enjoy doing. I really care for my clients, you know. I practice the Privacy Right Act, you know. Everybody has that right to have their privacy. So I never discuss, you know, somebody else's readings. I can say that in a lot of readings, I've laughed out loud. I can say that, you know, I've also cried with some people from my readings. Yeah, every reading is different, like every person on this earth and every entity in the beyond. But anyways, I just wanted to touch base with you guys. Make sure, you know what you're doing if you're messing around with this whole spirit entity stuff. Like I said, cutting the cord and ignoring them. Prayers to God and the angels are definitely a must if you have something that is not pure love and light. If you find that you have something or feel something that's not right, trust your instincts. I know that I probably shouldn't be telling you this because sometimes I have a hard time with trusting my instincts. Like the other day, I thought, boy, I need to get some milk. Do I have enough milk? Oh well. And I didn't get milk. Come back home and I needed milk. I didn't go with my gut instincts, you know. But it's still something I'm working on. But I'm getting a lot better at it. So that I will say. If you guys have any questions or comments on this video, please go ahead. I love hearing from people. You know, I love learning just as well as everybody else likes learning from the spiritual side. Because nobody's going to ever know everything. Because we're not there yet. You know? I know I've been told that spirits can actually, you know, when we die, we can still build a house. You know? That's kind of cool. I would like my own little house. But there's a lot of lessons and a lot of things to be learned in our own life, you know, as well as they are in the afterlife. So I'm really hoping that this is a good video. You know, it's something that I've been calling out, you know, to do and had forgotten actually for a couple of days. Whoops. But it happens because I get so busy in my readings, and then when I'm doing the free readings too on the side, you know, I do those because some people can't afford that crap and they really need the help. So I love to shed light where light's needed, you know. But anyways, I'll let you guys go, and I hope you enjoyed this video, okay? Take care. Bye.